What up, y'all? Pizavi here, and I just want to share with you guys how do you make friends from scratch, especially if you're not in your hometown. I mean, this works, I'd say even better if you're in your hometown, but you don't even need to know the language to make friends. You don't even need to make them understand what you're saying. Bro, I've made friends in the weirdest of places in this world. I've made friends in Japan. Like friendships, man, that they would invite me to dinners. They would invite me to their events. I did not speak Japanese, dude. I didn't speak. How the fuck did I do that? At the time, I did it on accident. Then after that, I was like, oh, I literally, this method is fucking insane. And most of us live our lives as we've met our friends as childhood, so we have these hobbies or these activities that we do that don't put ourselves in situations to make friends. Yeah, it's like if you want to find a girl, what you expect she's gonna come to your bedroom, bro? She's gonna come to your house and be like, you want to go on a date with me? Oh my god, I've been waiting for God to send me this girl. I've been waiting, finally. I've been asking God, I'm ready for a girl. Same with friends. You have to go where friends are made. Now, how did I manage to make friendships without having a common language? When I was in Japan, I was living there, I would go to kickboxing classes. I wouldn't go once a week. I wouldn't go 3 times a week, not even 6 times a week. I'd go every single day, sometimes twice a day. Now, that's just my nature. I get hyper obsessed with hobbies, and I love that about myself. But they saw me so many times. They became so familiar with me. Like, they probably saw me more than their own families. They saw me so much. The worker there, she's such a good friend, and I was such good buddies with her. Even with my sensei, we were such good friends, because I'd go in the morning, a morning workout, then later at night for the sparring. I would go so much. They started getting attached to me, and I did not even have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything. I was just putting myself in the situation of them, and so they couldn't help. And if you're not a dickhead, of course they're gonna like you. Of course they're gonna become friends. Now, I digress. Back to my point. A lot of us live our lives in a lonely manner, right? Like, for example, me, I tend to go down this route a lot. Right now I'm into weightlifting, running. I'm getting a little bigger. I'm running. Those 2 activities are lonely. It's not like you go to a weightlifting class. You just go to the gym. But what about running, bro? You just run. That's your class, bro. And so you're just like, man, I can't make friends. Well, yeah, of course. You wake up, and nothing that you do involves seeing people. Like, for me, I work remotely, and I don't go to school. So I have no way of just making friends by doing my daily obligations. So you have to put yourself in situations where they cannot help but to become friends with you. They are literally forced to. Like, you literally become a part of their tribe. Bro, in Japan, this girl invited me to a dinner with one of her other friends, and what the fuck? I didn't speak Japanese. Of course I was learning, but I didn't know shit. And then I also went, I went, my friend at the kickboxing place, he was gonna have a fight, and he was like, you should come. And whenever those moments come up, whenever you have the first invitation, if you say no, if you say I'm busy, it's done. They probably will never ask you again. It's the first invitation that is so important. You have to say yes. If it's some weird shit, it does not matter. Guys, you know what's weird? Here in Norway, in Oslo, I was at a rock climbing gym, and I met this guy because I was asking him for some tips because it was my first time, and we became friends and whatever. Because we were having a good chat about the rock climbing. He was like, hey, you wanna You wanna go play some board games after this? I was like, whoa, what? Like, I have never heard such a sentence. And in my mind, I was like, this is so out of my comfort zone. Like, who is this dude? Where is he gonna take me to play some board games? And I was like, fuck it, yes. Take me, bro. Yes. And he took me with these guys, and they're smoking their joint to this building. It was like something like that, bro. Like up there, some shit. And they're playing this board game that they'd been playing for like 7 hours already. What the fuck? It was like, have you seen Stranger Things? And you see like one of the first episodes where they're playing this game that lasts super long. Like they were doing that. I was like, whoa, like what the? But bro, they were such cool dudes. And then turns out that this guy goes to the gym, like likes to do like weightlifting. I was like, holy bro, no, let's fucking go to the gym. Boom, gym buddy. It's like, you can't expect to get a girl. You can't expect to make friends if you're not in situations where you're able to make friends, yeah? It's like, yes, you can go to a cafe and cold approach, but what the fuck? Like, the success rate is so low on that. You have to have something in common. What the fuck do you have in common with the cafe girl? You both like coffee? What are you gonna talk about? Some coffee, bro? Like you gotta make, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my what I've learned about being lonely. You know, it pushes you to learn how to make friends from scratch, and once you understand how human connection works, it's so easy. It's almost like once you apply this method, it's almost impossible to not make friends. You just have to be consistent in what you do and where you go. Choose something and be like, all right, I'm gonna go every single day here for literally 1 month. Just you'll make like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, bro, I sound like Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen that interview where he was like, yeah, back in that day, we all used to say, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And it was getting kind of annoying. And then he was like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, that's how you make friends from scratch, how you make friends from nothing. Just go and make it impossible for people not to be in your presence. You got to get out of your comfort zone, out of your little, bro, I used to be like, oh, I wake up and in my home setup, my home desk, my laptop, work from there. Oh, my home gym. Oh, my home. I cook my own meals in my own house. I do everything from my home. What do you expect? Nothing's gonna happen. Now, that can be a thing whenever you already have a community. I would do that back in my home country. I would do that when I had a family, when I had friends that I already knew. But here, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot expect, because loneliness is real. It sucks. It sucks, but it's not that complicated. You don't need to say the right things to make friends. You don't need to do this, do that. You just need to do something and make it impossible for people to not be in your presence. And that's just the fail-proof method to making friends. And yeah, it all comes down to getting out of your comfort zone. Everything in life, man. Everything. All right. Hope this helps. Something that I would have liked to know. I mean, I kind of knew it because I did it, but I didn't know about it. So I would just think like, man, like how did I do it in Japan? Like, I just made friends so easily. Like here, I'm struggling. You know? It's just like that. It's so easy. It's so simple. Go out there and make some friends, you motherfucker. Go out there and have some fun. Have a drink with someone. Go get a beer. Stop being so stuck up on your self-improvement. Yes, go have a fucking beer. You weirdo. Go have a fucking beer. All right. Peace out.